Zambia has a number of professional organizations that have been prominently promoting professionalism in Zambia. These organizations have been instrumental to the development of Zambia. Many of the organizations date as far back as the 1960s. The objectives of the ZSPA include promoting the basic values and principles underlying economic, efficient, and effective democratic public administration and management, promoting the science and practice of public administration through research and the provision of appropriate training and development, promoting ethical conduct and accountability within the profession, promoting and protecting the profession and career interests of its members, cooperating with other societies and institutions and promoting objectives of ZSPA, providing a variety of services to members, such as serving as an information center, hosting meetings, conferences and discussions for its members, publishing a journal and other publications to disseminate information and serve as an educational purpose, and cooperating where necessary with other national and international professional institutions and organizations to further the interest of ZSPA. As a way to promote the organization, ZSPA has a number of programs, among them media breakfasts, awards, conferences, and research. The climax of ZSPA started with Public Service Excellence Awards in 2014. These awards have been instrumental to the development of Zambia. Awards nominees have come from various organizations.
Recognize the institutional and individual contributions made by the public service, the civil society, scholars, and the society at large to enhance the social welfare of every Zambian.
Now, the Zambia Society for Public Administration Public Service Excellence Awards are the most prestigious awards and national recognition of excellence in public service and society at large. So, over the years, the ZSPA, the Zambia Society for Public Administration, has celebrated men and women who have greatly contributed to public service in Zambia. And this year, they have celebrated public service and added the Corporate Citizenship Award to celebrate social corporate investment and sustainable development.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you all to the 2016 Public Service Awards. We will be your hosts. My name is Patience Chisanga.
My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya.
At this particular time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the ZSPA President, Mr. Kelvin Esiasa, to give his welcoming remarks, and thereafter he will call upon our guest of honor this evening. A round of applause.
Thanks for the first time. We welcome you. Honorable Minister of Higher Education, I know it's a great surprise. We also welcome you. Our guest of honor, Dr. Lola Msiska, who is our patron and someone that has been always been with us, who is also representing the Republican President, also the Vice President. So we are a very young organization. I always say we are young, but very big at heart and very big in the journey that we have taken. So this year, as the Zambia Society for Public Administration, will be enjoying a number of activities. In June 2016, we hosted our second international conference on sustainable development goals, and we had 6 countries coming across Africa. We had 150 delegates. One of the things that we are also proud of is that for the first time, we managed to bring in someone we treasure the Lord. We call him a airline branding guru. As I step down, or step aside, I just want to say thank you to Susan, who has given herself to support us. The other day she was visiting me that every week I'm traveling, but she had to give us this opportunity to come through. At this particular time, may I welcome our mentor, our guest of honor for today, Dr. Lola Msiska.
Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Professor Kanduo, SPA President, Professor Susan Gordon, Vice Chancellor, University of Zambia, Vice Chancellor, Zambia Open University, Vice Chancellor, Mulungushi University, Vice Chancellor, Victoria University of Technology, Deputy Vice Chancellor, UNZA, former Auditor General, Dr. Ange Fungua, the last President, NGOCC representative, this SPA President and the team, visiting professors from Nigeria, may I simply say, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The adoption of the Kaizen approach to facilitate continuous improvement and constantly asking ourselves where we need to improve. We recognize that to achieve this will require a mindset change, but also behaviors that befit public servants. So this is my promise as a senior public servant, and I hope that once these things begin to happen, please, you will recognize that we did put in some effort. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, the Annual Recognition Awards are a great tool for motivating individuals and organizations to rise to the occasion and take bold steps to transform the Zambian public service into an excellent organization. I know the word transformation is used very repeatedly and sometimes very carelessly. In my view, talking about transformation is not just about growth, but when I think about transformation is when I see a caterpillar become a butterfly. And that's the level of ambition that the government has concerning, and mind you, wait a minute, and I think that you will be seeing soon, we begin to get prizes. Some of you don't know that actually, last year, the Zambian Public Service got the best award for the best payment system vis-a-vis in the public sector. Also, our e-visa now, by the way, is even better than the Dubai visa system. So, and I realize you don't recognize this sort of things because you are very focused on identifying the things that we are not doing. That's very good. We'll continue. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate men and women who have excelled in their professions. We celebrate the champions that have endured hardship in order to achieve their goals. We celebrate Zambia's stream in the public service. We all have potential to achieve excellency in our service. It is my appeal that as we celebrate the recipients of awards tonight, we reflect on how we should work to deserve recognition for our contribution to the public service. In fact, I was wondering the other day that Archbishop, I think it was Archbishop who said in this country, the only time you become a saint is when you are dead. And I think the Public Service Awards are reversing that because we are recognizing people when they are still alive. I think it's a good thing. We must learn to congratulate one another, and we must learn to appreciate each other's abilities and skills so that we can foster a genuine optimism about ourselves as a people. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we celebrate, am I repeating the same thing? Oh yes, not. So, ladies and gentlemen, since I can continue talking until next week, let me, in conclusion, emphasize that the public service is about service delivery. And service delivery to people who may not even be sitting in this crowd. To people who may not have a voice, but they are nevertheless Zambians who desire also to participate and enjoy the very benefits all of us enjoy. The public service exists to improve the welfare of all its citizens. So although I did respond to some of the remarks that my good friend mentioned, please feel free to come to our offices. Well, my door is open. I have an open door policy. The Secretary to Cabinet's office is no longer a forbidden place. Even drivers come to tell me how we are to improve the public. And by the way, they give me very good ideas.
particular time, we will get into the awards giving, and we will begin by giving the Zspa Innovative Management Award.
For the former First Lady, and let me say the Honorable Minister for Higher Education and the Secretary of the Cabinet, and Dr. Gordon, and let me just say quickly, all the distinguished guests that are here. I'm not from the Office of the Vice President, but our program is under the Office of the Vice President. And I'm the chairperson of the program that is working with the highway markets. And I'm going to say something very brief, and we are so honored on behalf of Dr. Musiska mentioned earlier on in this stage, that there are a number of people in our communities who don't even come to functions like this, or don't sit here, and yet they are Zambians as much as we are, and they deserve all the services that we ourselves ask for. And when he was saying that, actually what came into my mind was those women, which all of us have seen, who when our cars or buses stop, we see them running to the bus or to the car, either with sweet potatoes, or with maize, or with groundnuts, or with all sorts of produce to sell to us. And we keep on saying, we see them, and yet at the same time we don't see them, because we don't think about what facilities that they have. And I'm going to be very straight and say, we never think about where the water that they use for the whole day, and where the toilets that they use the whole day that they're at the market. And that's what this project is trying to do. Is one of the things is provide facilities for these women in recognition of their resilience and their hard work. Therefore, the program is not about helping people who are sitting for handouts. These are people who have worked, some of them on those highways, for the last 40 years, and they are still working to building up their families. And
that goes to the Zambia Bureau of Standards. A round of applause.
As Zambia Bureau of Standards, we are there to offer the confidence. When you are taking that water, you should be assured that in the background, there's someone who has assured quality of that water. The journey for the Bureau has taken a long time. I think this award, recognition of the very vibrant Standard Council that we have. The Secretary of Cabinet was talking about transformational leadership. I'm privileged that I've got a Standards Council headed by a very prominent businessman, Dr. David Nama, and the past 4 years, it has been a lot of transformation, and I think the staff of Zambia Bureau of Standards, a big, there, okay, thank you very much. And I think we owe this to the general public. We are there to ensure protection, safety, and quality assurance. Thank you very much.
And the award goes to Mr. Inos Chibombe. A round of applause for Mr. Inos.
For 21 years, Mr. Chibombe has headed the legal unit of the Department of Immigration for 3 years as Principal Immigration Officer. He has been in charge of the Lusaka Regional Office as Regional Immigration Officer for close to...
Good evening, everyone. The guest of honor, distinguished invited guests. I'm deeply humbled to receive this award in my own recognition as an individual, but as well as a civil servant. I have had the privilege of attending only one interview for the last 21 years. It was only known one employer, that is the Department of Immigration. Like the guest of honor had shared earlier, I happen to have the privilege of having gone to National Public Institute, where I did part of my training in management studies. On behalf of the organizers and everyone else, I want to say thank you for the recognition. And
I want to thank the organizers of the Zambia Society for Public Administration. I'm really honored and I'm humbled. Thank you, Dr. Msiska. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mama Lua, Professor Gosen, and our mother, Dr. Kathewa Sata. I stand here in great humility. I'm a boy from Nakonde, and I think people of my generation know how underprivileged we were, how we had to fight to be where we are. Our children are having it easy, but we had to go through the rough ride to be where we are. I'm a neurosurgeon, and based at the BTQ Hospital, but I'm hopeful that in a short while, I'll be back in government to join my brothers serving there, and taking care of our people and training the young doctors. So I'm really delighted to stand before you here. Mama Sata, Michael Chilfe Sata, may his soul rest in peace, was my hero. And I've said this, that his health failed him, and he knew all the time he was not well. But he looked for an opportunity to get into State House, because he knew that even if he was given 1 hour, he would transform this country. And in that little time he stayed in State House, look what he did to and for this country. Zambia will never be the same again, because one Michael Chilfe Sata walked into State House. I honor that man with all my life. I wrote a song, and I think some of you have watched it on television. It's called Mundo Ndoe, in which I honor the life of Michael Chilfe Sata. And if at a moment, if there was space, I would sing that song for you, just to honor what that man stood for and what he did for this country. With these few words, I think I should take my seat. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
For the ZSPA Public Policy Research Award goes to Professor Olusegun Yorokon. A round of applause.
ZSPA Emerging Leaders of Excellence Award. The Emerging Leaders of Excellence Award recognizes the achievements of outstanding public servants under the age of 40 who are contributing to the growth of the public service. This award also recognizes and encourages a new generation of practitioners who are actively implementing performance management systems, innovating new practices, and promoting public service.
And the award goes to Ms. Sombo Chunda. A round of applause.
Okay, thank you so much. I'd like to thank the Zambia Society for Public Administration for this recognition. I'd like to thank my family. My husband is here with me, and my parents for helping me to grow into a young leader. But more importantly, I'd like to thank the institution that I worked for until the 30th of November. I was country director for a Swedish development organization, Diakonia. The organization gave me the opportunity to exercise my leadership. You only become a leader when you have people to lead. And you only lead and become a leader when there are enough resources for you to do that. I had that opportunity to lead because I had people that believed in me. So I'm very thankful for that, and I'm very thankful for this recognition, really. I'm so excited. I am here with my professor, Professor Susan Gooden, and thank you all.
Mr. Joseph Conway, who has been instrumental to the development of human resource in Zambia, is a game changer and has built cultural intervention that support millennials that are building a legacy for themselves and for the country, as he also recently introduced the best graduate program and mentorship program. In his years of service, he has proven to be very innovative and committed to encouraging innovation and creativity.
I'm humbled to receive this award. I never thought I would reach to this height. I really want to, first of all, thank my dear wife, Irene, who's sitting right here, for the support that she's provided to myself and the family for the past 10 years. I also want to say that I've been privileged in my career for the past 15 years. I've had great mentors, and I've had these mentors that have taken an interest in me. They're mentors, people that I've interacted with, such as Vivian Kondolo from MTN, John Simachembele, who's now at CEC, Michael Makondo is still at MTN, Abdu Ishmael, the likes of George Mubipe, Solomon Gwenya, and the current CEO for Vodafone right now, who is Last Dog. He's really, really supported and mentored me. When I take some time, when I look at this, the wealth of people that I'm seeing, the wealth of experience and credible individuals that we have, my humble appeal to each one of you is that keep mentoring us as young people, keep providing the support that we need, keep providing the guidance and the direction that we need, so that we may consistently support others, and also that others can help themselves by means of the influence that we're able to provide. I really want to thank each one of you, and may God bless you.
Congratulations, Mr. Gombe. Ladies and gentlemen, and now we present the award for the ZSPA Distinguished Public Service Award. And this award goes to Ms. Olivia Magi Songiso Kafukanya. Is she here with us? Congratulations.
Department for 27 years and is now a principal immigration officer with knowledge in human trafficking attained after attending a training course in anti-trafficking in person in Botswana. She was able to train the law enforcement, namely immigration.
At a time like this one, words befell you. You don't really know what to say because you're so excited. I never thought I would get this award, but all the same, God has made it possible for me to get this award. I want to thank the organizers for ZSPA for nominating me to get this award. As I stand here, human trafficking, it runs in my blood. If I'm fast asleep and you wake me up and you ask me questions on human trafficking, I don't need to get a book. I'll just tell you. I understand human trafficking like the palm of my hand. I have a passion for the victims of human trafficking. Human trafficking is real. In Zambia, we are, as a country, it's a transit point, it's a destination, and it's also harbors those who are engaged in human trafficking.
I just have to say something. First and foremost, just to say thank you very much to ZSPA, least unexpected. Of course, recognizing that our work in the social sector is having an impact on public service is actually an honor for me. I accept with humility because I know that without the women's movement in general, and then justice in particular, who has had a lasting impact on my contribution to public service, I think this would not have come about. But also allow me to appreciate my husband, Alex, who is here with me, and my larger family, and of course the circle of friends that believe in me and have contributed in helping me contribute to public service excellence. But I would also be failing my conviction if I don't recognize the work that we have been carrying out as a women's movement to be able to bring in social transformation to the Zambian scenario. And therefore, I want to allow me to actually proudly dedicate this award to the women, the vibrant women that we work with, but also the unsung heroines that are out there in the community that give us energy and indeed impetus for us to look forward to another day. But also maybe just to share with you that this award, personally, when I was actually informed, epitomizes 4 characteristics of public service. And that is determination, resilience, hard work, and commitment. And for me, these 4 characteristics, I can easily relate to the gallant life, and may so rest in peace, of the late President Michael Chilufya Sata. Because those are characteristics that I personally also commit with this award to continue in my public service.
Thank you, Minister, distinguished guests. I'd like to thank the Zambia Society for Public Administration so much for this award, not only for recognizing my work, but recognizing that even though I'm not in the public service, I am a public servant. And I'd like to especially thank my partner Mono, my family and friends for all the support they've given me over the years. Without them, I wouldn't be here. And I'd just like to say that when I was told about this award, it was very soon after I was elected as president of LAS. And I asked the person, the organizer, why have I been awarded this? And he said, it's because you've been elected the first female president of LAS. So I said, okay, but what do you know about my work? And he didn't know anything about my work. So I thought, okay, I have a title. And I hope that my time under this title has proven that I'm not a fraud. And I do my best to work for the Zambian people. I would like also to say that there are many unsung heroes who work without titles and without any recognition. And I'd like to pay tribute to you today. And also, I hope that you know that even though you don't get awards, your reward is that you're doing God's work. God bless Zambia.
A distinguished award goes to Professor Helisi Ngambi. A round of applause.
Professor Helisi Ngambi.
I am really humbled. I really am humbled by this recognition. I should acknowledge, first and foremost, give the glory to God, and acknowledge the distinguished guests among the people that have inspired me in my life, especially since I came back home after being out of the country for so many years. I don't even want to mention Dr. Msiska. I just want to appreciate, the kind of leadership that you provide. Maybe many people may not know. But I have seen that you are indeed have inspired integrity, in the system, and you have inspired the kind of organization ethos that I think we should be able to support rather than work against in terms of the Zambian environment. But today, as a guest of honor, I also want to acknowledge you. I want to also acknowledge my boss. The first professor in this country. I call her Professor Doctor. We are inspired by your leadership. Thank you very much. And also, Ma'am, the first lady, my first lady, you have really inspired us as well to be where we can be as ladies. You have worked hard, and I just want to honor you, to say thank you very much. And to say this, I really want to say, I don't know how you nominated me, but whoever nominated me, I just want to say thank you very much for what you are doing in this country. And thank you very much, Ambassador from the US and everybody else. I don't want to forget my team. I have here, they say that when you succeed, sometimes you forget the people who push you up. I have here the people that have really been with me since I came back in 2012. I boast about this because we are the first two female ladies leading a university. I've got my Deputy Vice Chancellor. Dr. Lungu, please stand up. I think you must know that Mulungushi University is led by two ladies.
Ms. Gertrude Mwangala Akapelwa.
Completely like my previous speakers have said, it is very humbling when you are recognized that you are doing something, because when you start, you are just focusing on your vision and what goes on in your head. Then eventually you see that it is realized as something that helps other people. Then you are really, for me to say it's my award would be wrong, because it's not me alone who has done it. When we started in 2002, there were no universities, private universities in Zambia. But by the time we started in 2010, we had already private universities, and Zambians are saying universities are now sprouting all over the place. But I'm sure you are aware that our children who are leaving O levels now, grade 12, they still don't have places to go to. They are still using wheelbarrows, to get money. Some of them are on the street selling goods on the street. So we thought I left my job at the African Development Bank, where I was for 23 years. and decided I have to do something. I was what I am what I am because of Zambia. I was educated like the doctor said. We were villagers. I arrived in Livingstone bare feet, and now I'm somebody. So it is not possible for us to ignore just because I've become somebody, therefore I can just sit back and enjoy myself. No. So I decided to open the only university then in Livingstone. 300 kilometers of radius, there's no university. Therefore, I thought really we are needed, that place needs a university, and we opened. And since then, we have had 2 graduations. And I'm proud to tell you that we have 81 graduates, all of which are employed, not on the streets. So what we are really trying to do is produce, professionals who can work, not only wait to be employed, but to be leaders and create employment for themselves. We are really happy that now we have an authority of higher education, which puts us together as universities, and we sit together and say, how do we ensure quality? Because quality is what we want to attain. And what we have done is that now we are registered formally, we are accredited, all our programs are accredited, and therefore our graduates can be recognized worldwide that they are graduates. Therefore, because of this achievement, I feel the only thing I can do is thank God, the Almighty God, who has enabled us to last from 2010 to today, and we continue to grow. And we are hoping government, instead of coming to government to look for money, sir, we want to collaborate with the government. Endorse us, and we will see what we can do for you. Thank you very much.
Completely shocked. I had no idea I had even been nominated for this award. So I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you very much. I am indeed honored. One of the things I would like to share with you is that as I stand before you as president of the American Society for Public Administration, I mentioned in my remarks that it's the oldest organization. We've been around since the 1930s. I'm also very proud that in an organization that's over 77 years old, I'm the first African American female president to serve as president of the American Society for Public Administration. And I'm very delighted at the things that I have tried to do during my tenure as president of ASPA to promote partnership and to work very carefully with communities and very closely in collaboration with communities of color around the globe. This past summer, we took a group of students and did the International Young Scholars Workshop in Cape Town, South Africa. The first time that the International Young Scholars Workshop has been held on the continent of Africa since the organization's inception. So these are things that I have tried to do, but as others have mentioned, it is certainly not a solo effort. I am very thankful and grateful for my supportive husband, who is not with me today, but is always with me in my heart, Basil Gooden, as well as to my daughter and my family. And I thank you, and I am deeply honored and humbled to receive this award. Thank you.
On behalf of my CEO, Lars Stock, who is in Livingstone right now receiving another award, we want to mention that we are very happy and we are proud to be associated with the Zspa Awards. And what we want to say is that may these awards continue to touch people's lives, may they inspire us to a whole different level so that we may step up and also ensure that we're bringing out the best. So again, once again, when you look around in this room, all you see is people that are credible, people that have wealth of experience. Please continue mentoring and inspiring people out there as you are serving the public. Thank you, and may God bless you.
With this award, because I'm coming from Nigeria, and I'll only say thank you to ZSP. I think for recognizing me coming all the way from Nigeria, they are extending their public service award to other nations, other African nations, and I now believe that the president of ZSP, Kevin, having been given an International Directors Award, is now extending that assignment to other nations in Africa. Congratulations. Thank you very much. God bless.
Dedicate this award to ZRIA, especially the finance division. I think I'm the captain of the ship, and they are always with me. They've actually been there for me. And I also want to say, when Dr. Msiska said, watch our space as government, I was saying we are 100 steps ahead of you, doctor, because today, with your mobile phones, you can actually register to pay your taxes, you can actually e-query, you can even pay your taxes. So we are actually 100 steps ahead of you. So I am a humble tax collector, that's why I am humbled, and thank you very much.
I was being asked whether I would accept a public service award, and I was asking why. And now being in this room, I understand what this is about. This award for me is about children, the many children that I've worked with in Zambia. I started in the humble corridors of UTH. I learned a lot in UTH. I learned to write in UTH. I learned to research in UTH, and I got recognized internationally in UTH. So for the teachers and the lecturers of University of Zambia, this award is also for you. I learned very early in my life that if you don't write, you perish. And if you write, you don't only bring recognition to yourself, but also to your country. And so sitting in New York right now, as the director of the AIDS program for UNICEF, I speak for Zambia and I speak for all of you, and I'm very proud of that. Thank you.
To Professor Enala Tembo Mwase.
I'm really humbled, actually, for ZSPA to recognize me, to receive this award. I spent all my life working on parasites, and I wondered what that had to do with public administration. Then I remembered, during my career, I also did a little bit of management, which has actually seen me up to where I am as Deputy Vice Chancellor of the University of Zambia. I wouldn't have managed to get to this level without the support of staff and management of the University of Zambia. And right now, I'm very happy to have my Vice Chancellor right here to witness this award. I don't have much to say, but to say thank you to ZSPA. Thank you very much.
Zambia PLC has adopted 4 schools, namely Ngoza Basic School located in Petauke Eastern Province, Lukalania High School in Mungu, Kamumbu Basic School in Luapula Province, and finally Siasikawole Primary School in Mungu. These donations so far totaled over 1.5 million kwacha. The adoption of these schools has involved renovations made to classroom.
Quite a surprise for me. But allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to first of all dedicate this award to my mentor and coach, Dr. Elizabeth Nkumba, who is our chief executive and her senior management officials that have come with us today. I want to say that there are men and women who are not able.
So join the ZSPA today, the most promising professional body, as a roaring lion, as the eagle flying high, as the mighty Zambezi River thunders all day, as the Mosotunya, so is Zambia Society for Public Administration flying beyond its limits. We are the ZSPA.